We begin today with Dr. Obioma Martin, a woman who's defied the odds at every turn, is here to tell her remarkable journey of survival and triumph. From a devastating car accident that left her fighting for her life to overcoming personal, financial, and emotional hurdles, Dr. Martin's story is a testament to the strength of the human spirit.
Hello, my name is Dr. Obioma Martin, and this is my story against all odds. I am an accountability coach and a business strategist. I want to help as many women as possible to let them know they do not have to stay where they are. Wherever they are, if they don't like where they are because of life and trauma and dysfunction and all of the things, I just want them to know better is available. When I think about being a teenage mom, what pushed me through was community. I think the absence of community is what lead our teens to suicide and depression and gangs and all of those things. And even though my childhood was very dysfunctional, I ended up in a church with a community of older women who took me, mentored me, loved on me, and did not judge me. And I believe that that is the main thing that is missing today, but is absolutely the number one thing that really nurtured me and helped me to mature and grow into the woman that I am today. My relationship with faith has evolved. Without faith, I would not be here. That's number one. My belief in God, my belief in the Bible, those are the two main things as I spiritually matured and emotionally matured, and just really understanding that God is my source. Like there is no other God, period, right? But when you're young, you don't necessarily have a lot of experiences to kind of help you know this is foundational and things are going to come, and not to waver from what you believe in. Going from being pregnant to being married at 21, to being divorced at 40, my marriage taught me how to pray. That was my knee ministry, because I stayed on my knees, and I want to say that that's really where my faith grew. Number one, I really developed as a result of being married and really having to trust God to get me through the darkest times, the times that were uncertain, the times that were unbearable, the times when I was alone with my children. All I could do was call on God. All I could do is say, Jesus, I need you, because I don't know a way out of this. I felt like I was a statistic at 16, growing up in the projects, low income home, we call it projects. Other people say low income housing. Looking at my community, looking at my friends, looking at all of the people around me, and based on statistics, I was a Black 16-year-old teenage mom, low income, not from a two-parent home, didn't meet my biological father till I was 14. My mom was not around because of her own issues. And so the odds definitely were stacked against me, for sure. There was nothing in my surroundings or in my community that showed me or told me I could have a different future or a different outcome. And so it was the women from my church who were entrepreneurs that began to really nurture me and mentor me and show me what was possible and showed me what I didn't even know was imaginable. And so I would like to say that it was the community, it was the foundation of having older, mature women who were able to pour into me and say, baby girl, this isn't the way. Or baby girl, this isn't the only way. I understand that you're 16, I understand that you're pregnant, but there's still more life to live. And also my mom at 16 saying to me, this isn't the end. You're going to finish high school. This isn't the end. So I was able to graduate from high school on the honor roll and go on to college and really just experience and explore and discover what was possible. I created Breathe from a place of despair, from a place of frustration, and just thinking about, I think the world would be a better place if I wasn't here. Like, that was the mindset that I was in. And I remember just really thinking about, if I don't change this, nothing is going to change. And I remember being in such a dark place, such a place of depression, and just like, wow, I think I don't need to live. And I don't think my children need to live. I don't think my husband needs to live. So just really focusing on, okay, God, you gotta help me, because I'm really out here and I need you. And so it was in my prayer time, it was in my personal Bible study time that Breathe was birthed. And the B is for believing the Bible, believing in myself. That's the first thing. I had to learn how to believe in myself and then begin to release negative people, places, and things. Embrace what was possible and not stay stuck in what was and what wasn't. And accept the things that I couldn't control. And take action on the things that I could control. Heal by forgiving myself and all those that had hurt me. And then elevating to the next version, best version of myself. And that's what Breathe stands for, and that's what I stand on, and that's what I teach. When you grow up in dysfunction and an abusive family, and all abuse looks different, and so because in my family, there wasn't physical abuse, it was easy for me to accept, adapt, adopt, and become numb to the verbal, the mental, and the emotional abuse. Because I could say, well, at least he not hitting me. As women, we rationalize and we look and we compare our lives to other people's lives, and in the back of our mind and unconsciously, we say, well, at least our relationship isn't like that. Well, at least they're not treating us like this, because we're trying to make sense out of what doesn't make sense. And we're trying to be okay with it when we're not okay with it. And so we dress it up and we put makeup on and we get dressed and we look all nice and we do all these other things to make us feel good, to hide the pain. Those are the things that prevent us from acknowledging and just calling it what it is. Whenever someone make you feel less than who you are, whenever someone diminish you, make you feel like you don't matter, or cause you to shrink to the place where you don't know who you are, that's abuse. And it's not love. And when you come from that, as a child, it's really hard to ignore it and not recognize it as an adult. And so what happens is we find ourselves in very abusive, manipulative relationships with all of the people in our lives because we become people pleasers and we don't know it. We don't know it. And so I would say to all individuals, men and women, when you fall unconditionally in love with yourself, you are able to recognize when other people are not loving you because you start loving you. And so my recommendation is fall in love with you, because you treat other people how to love you based on how you love you. You treat people how to respect you based on how you respect you. So when you don't respect yourself, other people don't respect you. And when you don't love yourself, other people don't love you. I focus on becoming unstoppable. Unstoppable. That is my drive. Nothing and no one is going to stop me from fulfilling my purpose. And I just believe that I was created to be love and light That's it. I was created to be love and light. And so embracing that, I understand that my story is connected to so many people that I haven't met yet. What I understand is that I have to show up because someone is waiting for me to tell them my story, because they are hanging on and they need some hope and they need some love and they need some light, and they're waiting for me. And so I have to show up, and I have to be the best version of myself for me so that I can be the best version for others. My advice to anyone who feels like I can't take it anymore, I am done, I just want to end my life, I want to encourage you that you are so worth living. You are so worth living, and nothing is ever as bad as it first appears. And what I understand about depression is this: what we focus on is what manifests. And so if we can just focus our thoughts to think on things that are true, that are lovely, that are of a good report, that nourishes us and make us feel better, baby steps will allow us to turn any and every situation around. But it really starts with releasing the negative people, places, and things. And that means what you hear, what you watch, what you say. I had to change what I was saying about myself. And so I learned that when I started changing the things that I said, I also started changing the things that I saw. And so start with baby steps. And it could be just starting with what you say about you. I was ecstatic to do the bestseller because I have been waiting for an opportunity to share my story with the masses. There are too many women and men who suffer in silence. And if I don't tell my story, they won't know what's possible. And I know that my story is a story of overcoming unsurmountable odds. And there are so many others who need to know that they can overcome just as I did. It's not going to be overnight. But now that I have had this opportunity to be a part of this amazing experience, women and men who I may never met will get to hear this story and be inspired and be encouraged to continue to live.
Dr. Obioma Martin's story is a shining example of the resilience that resides within all of us. Proof that no matter what the obstacles life throws our way, we can rise, rebuild, and redefine our futures. Her unwavering determination and dedication to herself and others are truly inspiring.